Hey, so this video was recorded on the 2nd of November 2016. It was revolved around the ADP, trading the ADP release, and we've got everything pretty much correct so far. Watch it, prepare for the rest of the day, and happy trading. Okay, great. You can all hear me, so that's perfect. If you cannot hear me, then I would like, or if you cannot see the screen, then simply inform me and I will do my best to help you out. So, welcome to this live trading chamber event from Pips Matter. In today's session, I will go over very important information and I will begin by reflecting on the US elections. Now, all of you who are in this session will be the first members of Pips Matter to hear about this before we release the articles in our forums later on in the day. The articles will be relating to the US elections and are going to be very important for the general market in overall. I want to dedicate this video to Kai, who actually couldn't make it to watch this session. I will be recording this for him and I will be sending it out on YouTube. Kai, the reason I'm doing this is for the constant support you give us, and I'm going to give you a very strong promise right now. And that promise is that we will help you get what you want out of the markets in the promptest and most professional time we can. So, let's begin. I'm going to talk a little bit and then I'm going to start opening trades. I want you to notice here that I already do have some trades open. And here they are, in total 12 trades, and I'm going to explain the reasons why I opened these trades. Now, the stock market behavior in the last 3 months before the US presidential elections has correctly predicted the winner of the elections since the World War II, with only one exception. And if the trend continues, Donald Trump will be the next president of the USA. Historically, when the American stock market slips or goes negative in the period from July 31st to October 31st, the ruling party usually loses. Now, it is very important to note that the US stock market is set to open at a 4-month low with the elections and Fed in the spotlight. Now, I'm going to go back to World War II. The S&P 500 performance between July 31st and October 31st has accurately predicted a victory. 86% of the time of the stock market performance has been negative. The only exception was in 1956 when President Eisenhower won contender Adlon Stevenson. Now, this was the year that Britain and France, if you all remember, propped up Israel in a military war against Egypt over the Suez Canal, and also the year of the Hungarian Revolution. So these are two very important dates to note. Now, I'm going to say a couple of other points in regards to the elections that will have a massive and very important that will play a massive and very important role in these elections. First, the news that the FBI has reopened an investigation into Clinton's use of private servers for government emails has boosted Trump's chances. Anonymous recently released a video of Hillary's #1 assistant and her family's involvement in the 9/11 attacks. Going further, an algorithm that has predicted 100% of presidential elections since the year 2000 is predicting that Trump will win the elections. The stock market is indicating that Trump will win the elections. For example, here, the formation of this powerful rounding top. As you see this is a very strong formation of a powerful rounding top. And very soon, we will have very strong chances of this finishing. The stock markets in the USA, meaning the S&P 500, will open lower. You will see it open somewhere here. Price might jump a little bit up, but surely we'll start heading to that target that we said, and that's target number 2 over here in the coming days, and possibly by election time it will be under this level. Market patterns are too suggesting that Trump will win. Here's something very important to note. Till Monday, this Monday, bookmakers didn't believe Trump will ever win the elections. They gave him just a 20% chance to become president. His odds improved on Tuesday to 11 out of 4, or 26.6% probability. That's still low, right? But still really important. Now, his win will be classified as a black swan event. Now, a black swan event is a metaphor used by the investment community to describe an event that comes as a surprise to the markets, such as a crash of the US housing market or the housing bubble in 2008. Now, the reason we see Trump as a black swan is because the market has already priced Hillary Clinton winning. The market already believes Hillary Clinton has won these elections. That's why a Trump win will be classified as a black swan event. Now, if you watch the video on our YouTube channel or attended it, the video is called "The Nest: Something Big is Coming." We explained a few bubbles that exist in the US and world economies. A Trump win will seriously affect the taxation and general finances of the US economy. So here's what I'm going to explain to you very quickly. The US has 3 major bubbles. The first one is the student loan bubble. The US currently owes 1.4 trillion in student loans, and that's increasing by about 2.5K every second. That is a big problem for the USA. Now, the next one is the bond bubble. That is a world bubble. It started with the European Union, went all the way to Japan, now it's in the USA, and it's going all around. Bonds are a big bubble, and the Trump win could begin bursting these bubbles. This will have a serious effect on banks. Now, it's very important to note that the 2 biggest bubbles in the world are the US student loan bubble. If you want to learn about this, you definitely just need to go to YouTube, go to our page, and just watch the video called "The Nest: Something Big is Coming." In this video, I explain in detail what will cause the next black swan, and I explain how the US student loan problem is not a problem. It's so big. It's so big that it's going to cause massive issues, not only to the US but to the world markets in general. Now, moving over from the student loan bubble, we go to the bond bubble. And the bond bubble, like I said, the Euro, the European Union, Japan, the US, pretty much everyone is involved in it. Some people say this bubble is already bursting, but I can assure you this: if Trump wins, this will have a serious effect on banks because of the taxation policies and things like this. Even though Trump won't become president until 2017, the markets will price it in as a problem, and then you're going to see the student loan bubble starting to burst, especially the bond bubble, and these are both very big bubbles that can pop with the Trump win and sending just the S&P 500, well, I'm telling you, in maybe 4 or even 4 digits down for sure. I'm talking about a 50% loss very easily. So from somewhere here all the way down here, and possibly even lower, but definitely a 50% loss would really hurt the S&P 500. That's dropping down to about 1,000. For you guys to understand, that's somewhere here. Now, there is some new people that came inside the session. Can you confirm to me that you can hear me and see the screen? Generally just, well, 2 people, and that's Pamela and Renata. Can you hear me? If you can, there is a little chat bubble. Okay, you can. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so like I said, that video is important to watch if you are serious about trading. I'm going to go into charts and I'm going to open more positions. All of these positions were open today. As you see, my current time is 11:54 a.m. and these positions were open just a couple of hours ago, or even this hour. I'm going to explain why I'm opening these positions, and the rest of the positions that I will open will be also explained. So I'm going to go into the charts right now, and you'll see a couple of things that I'm going to be doing today. One is S&P 500. We're selling this. I'm going to explain why. Firstly, I'm going to go over a formation that is very powerful, and that is a rounding top, and you can see something like that happening here. If the US stock market continues to open lower again today, which it should, price will confirm to me that we have a rounding top and that Trump will most likely win the elections just by technical matters. Forget about all the other reasons I said. Technically, it's going to work out, and S&P 500 is heading to our first target. This is target number 1 has been reached actually already. So this is from this red level here is target 1, and it was put a couple of days ago. And we're going to target 2 now, and then we're moving down to target 3, and finally to target 4. Anyway, rounding top, daily chart, we're going down. And the number 90 plays here very well as well. If you start this rounding top from here and go all the way here, you can see that these are about 90 periods. That means sometime next week or this week, the S&P 500 will begin to crash. That's why there are no take profits on this, and I will even implement our trade management system, which is a compounding system, into this. It is an algorithm that will continue opening trades downwards after my initial trade. I will explain this later on. So the number 90 is extremely powerful in trading, and you can see it in many areas of the markets, whether it's days, weeks, or months. Right now, there is a rounding top. It's a very powerful reversal indication, and it usually takes a couple of months or weeks to become in effect. And right now, we are coming to the 3 months area, which is 90. Very important. I will show you another 90 in play. I'm going to go over to the DAX. I'm going to go to the weekly chart. And as you see, I'm going to start from here. I'm going to start counting. And I'm going to go all the way here. And you'll see that we're almost at the 90. The 90 level is somewhere here where my chart stops. So you see where this little red line is. This one here. That means that somewhere inside this box, DAX, just like the S&P 500, will begin to crash. Obviously, these are really big claims, but I'm not telling you it might go up, it might go down. I'm telling you my research shows this, and I've been making money on this for some time, and I will continue making money on this. I will start limiting risks as we go in closer to the FOMC and closer to the elections, but after the elections, after the FOMC, I'm increasing my risk up to 5%. I'm going to move over to the FTSE and show you another 90 number in play. I'm going to show you a very strong double top. There's one, and we're going to go over to the weekly chart. 90 weeks from this top to this top. There, right about 90 weeks. That means that FTSE has a chance of heading higher before heading significantly lower down to this area here. And I'm going to mark it as a box. This area here. This is where we're going first. Later, I don't know. It's very important for you to understand as well. Unfortunately, the C trader does not grab enough days here. But it's very important for you to know that this level, the 7,000 level, is such an important level for the FTSE. And I'm going to tell you why. The dot-com bubble, the boom, that boom came at the 7,000 level. And right after that, about 90 months after that, sorry, about 90 weeks or something. I will go over the analysis later on because I can't go backwards. Came the 2008 crash. It came to the 7,000 level and went back down. Then we have this crash here. Okay, this one started in 2015. Also around the 7,000 level. We had a market correction and we're coming back up to the 7,000 level, and it does not look like the market wants to break this level whatsoever. Indications are very strong that price could head a little higher before heading significantly lower. These are very good opportunities because these are rapid market moves. Very important for you to note as well. I want you to pay attention to this here. These are weekly charts. Price goes down, price goes down, price goes down, then price goes up. Price goes up a lot. Most people would be taken out in this trade. Then price goes down again. Then goes up for 2 days, down 2 days, and then boom. Then it goes up again, and then down again. The reason I'm saying up and down is for you to understand that the market never goes down in one direction for more than 3-4 days without having either a correction before continuing heading lower. What I mean is a spike up. For example, this market went down, then up, and then up. So it takes out the people who are buying or selling and provides uncertainty in the market, and then the big money just takes it where it's supposed to go. Now, tonight is the FOMC. I'm going to be holding a live trading session there as well. So I'm going to tell you something really quick about what I expect to happen later on in the day. Plenty of people just joined, so I just want to tell you the session is being recorded. It's not going to be too long, so you can watch it, and I definitely advise you to watch it after we're done with this, because it has a lot of information about the elections. It has a lot of information of what we expect to happen tonight, and it will hold a lot of information in general about making money and other valuable deals. Here's what I personally see happening tonight. I see the dollar being negative. I have this little feeling or idea that the Fed will be actually divided. That bird fight will continue going on because the market has actually already priced in a Fed hike. Everyone believes a Fed hike is happening in December. The whole market is agreeing to it. Here's what I think is going to happen. I don't think it's going to be that easy. I think that there's going to be some wording in there that's going to provide struggle for the dollar. And I see that technically. I see very strong technical indications. And I'm going to show you them. I'm going to show you them on gold. I'm going to show you them on GBP USD. And I can see this going up. I can definitely see GBP USD heading much higher today, all the way up to the 30s or 27 level. I see big movement happening today because now everybody's going to be waiting for this. So gold, Euro USD, USD JPY, all of these indications, all of this indicates here's a very strong break here. And then I see USD CAD. I see USD CAD heading much lower. This is just a simple continuation pattern. As you see, this is a rising wedge. Okay, there is a small breakout out of it, but this is a rising wedge, indicating that price, and I've told you this plenty of times, the price will go down. Anyway, I believe that the dollar will be negative today. I see the Fed being divided, and that will put a lot of uncertainty into the markets. My idea for today is that the Fed will be bearish, dovish, whatever you want to call it, and that the dollar will collapse, gold will go crazy high, and indices will fall like bombs. This is a long shot, what I'm saying. But if it happens, I'm going to be up easily 500% with ease. So I'd rather be focused on that. As you see, all of my positions are against the Fed and the dollar today. Some of them are losing, some are winning. Mainly the indices are losing. Actually, only the indices are losing. But all of my forex positions are pretty much in gains. These are not big gains; these are small gains because each position is a lot. So $600 in a 10K account is nothing. I see gold heading much higher, and I'm going to go over a couple of things because we still have about 28 minutes, and that's plenty of time for me to explain what's going to happen. So with this information, I'd like to just quickly go over the current promotion that we have for everyone that hasn't taken it yet. The promotion is for the Nest. The Nest is that video that explains a lot about the current economy. And here's 4 things that you receive for the Nest. And by the way, this is a free trial, a 5-day free trial to the Nest. What you're going to receive with the Nest is a comprehensive analysis of your trading account or investment account. That means that I will directly guide you to where you want your account to go. What that means is this. We will create goals, and I'm going to create a very powerful goal attainment plan for you to reach what you want to reach with your account. I'm going to go over I'm going to analyze your account in depth, meaning I'm going to start from day 1 till today or tomorrow or whatever, and see exactly what you've been doing right and see what you've been doing wrong. So that's an analysis, a comprehensive and in-depth analysis of your trading account, combined with goal setting and things like this. Next, I'm going to give you the PIPS Matter risk management system, specifically for your account, for your goals. This includes your risk tolerance and your financial goals. What I mean by this is basically I'm going to sit down with you. I'm going to ask you a couple of specific questions, and I'm going to find out. Sorry, that's the algorithm working. I'm going to find out exactly how you can manage your account best. What I mean by this is limit losses, increase profits. Then I'm going to go over a concise information of your favorite trading pairs. Then I'm going to help you basically get to know them better yourself. So basically, let's say you like trading euro dollar. I'm going to give you short, medium, and long-term analysis of these pairs. exactly where I see them going and how they can get there. It's very important for you to understand how good I am at analysis. All you have to do is just open up a couple of pages of what I've been predicting and what I've been trading, or just follow one of my accounts to see what I'm doing. And the final thing, point number 4, is you're going to be in the loop for all breakouts, trends, changes in trends, and other aggressive market moving information. So you're going to get a ton of things, and the best way to test this is to take on the 5-day free trial. You can make money with it, you can learn lots, and you can make an executive decision whether you want to do business with Pipsmatter or not. It's as simple as that. No strings attached, no nothing else. Very simple. You get to decide exactly what suits your account best. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Does anybody have any questions for me before I go continue into the analysis of the markets and provide a couple of trade ideas? Any question, absolutely any, about the markets is very welcome. So if you're trading any kind of pairs, for example, let's say you have a couple of pairs you're trading, maybe you have open positions on gold you're worried about, just tell me and I'll provide you the best possible analysis I can on those pairs. Okay, I guess nobody has any questions. Let's move over to the ADP that's coming out in about 8 minutes. So the market forecast for this is that the employment numbers at the ADP non-farm change was actually 165. That means it actually grew. Normally the ADP does not have basically doesn't provide much volatility into the markets. Sometimes on rare occasions like today, it could. There's a lot of attention on the markets, there's a lot of money, and there's a lot of sweaty hands. People are scared and people are, well, again, pretty terrified of what's going to happen. Anyhow, here's what I see happening. I see a continuation of this pattern heading downwards. That means I see USD CAD heading a good 200-300 pips today, maybe even 5, breaking out of this level. So that's 500 pips. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to increase my stop loss a little bit here. And USD CAD, this looks like a really good trade. Perhaps the ADP might put me out of the money, but I'm not worried about this whatsoever. I'm pretty confident that we'll end the money, end the day in green. So USD CAD, we're selling. And I gave you some good reasons why. There's a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Perhaps on Monday or Friday, some dollar backing will happen. But I see today a red day for the dollar. I see a red day for indices. And very, very, excuse my language, fucking volatile day. The reason I'm swearing is just to get my point across. So, so you can see here this possible breakout. I'm just going to add some parameters here. Okay, this is you see, it's going to be opening more positions by itself. I didn't do anything now. What it did is move this stop loss of this position into profit, 11 pips. And I moved the stop loss, stop loss of this one into profit of 11 pips. That means I win 99, and this one here to 18 pips. Okay, so I just made the wrong calculation. It should have been 0.6 and not 0.8. But anyway. Okay, so basically it's compounding my trades by moving my stop loss into profit and adding it to the same place of the second trade. Once price goes here, these two stop losses will go into a profit and so forth. It's very important to use a fixed API When you're doing this because of the rapid market movements, it's very important to have good execution when these things happen. Well, better than good execution. Okay, so it's about to come out. Let's see. We're out in about 4 minutes. So, like I said, we do believe that the dollar will be very weak overall in today, especially after the FOMC. You should expect a lot of volatility because the biggest attention right now in the markets is on the Fed and on the elections. Any slight change in the elections, and believe me, in the upcoming days, I'm sure Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump both have a couple of tricks up their sleeves. So be ready, risk. Don't put too many big risks if you can't handle the risks. And watch out. I mean, everything can happen today. Buys and sells, markets could go anywhere. There is really no certainty right now. So I went over a couple of pairs. Like I explained, we expect gold to keep rising. We expect Euro USD to keep rising and head back into this channel and possibly break upwards. We see USD JPY definitely going down. AUD USD, we see it going up. GBP USD, we see it going up. And I'm going to join the fund here and open 0.7, and we're going to put this at 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay. Okay, we're coming back to the 2 minutes mark, and ADP, in my opinion, is going to come out weaker than expected. But these are just personal opinions, and I know I'm giving out long shots because if it doesn't happen, I mean, I could be burning my reputation. But I really don't care about that because I have a very strong track record of providing excellent trading information analysis as well. So it's always okay to be sometimes wrong. It only makes us to become better. Because if you're always correct, first of all, that's impossible, and two, you can build up an ego that's deadly and not very healthy for trading. Okay. There is a very good indication of AUD weakening. I'm just not going to open this trade right now, but there are very good reasons. For example, the 200 moving average has acted as a very strong support and thus as a resistance and support for this pair on the daily chart. As you see, it has worked plenty of times in the past. Now, I want you to notice something very important here as well. As you see, uncertainty, this doji candle here indicated movement down. You can see tiny little candles as well up here. And what do you have here? You have a very similar scenario right here. These are indications that tomorrow, and I believe that we get tomorrow the minutes from Australia. Yes, we will get the trade balance from Australia tomorrow. And I believe that the trade balance will be definitely good for Australia based on technical patterns, nothing else. I'm going to open this trade. Okay, we're almost out. So maybe 120. There are two indications here. 120 indication. Anything under 150 is negative for the economy. So if the ADP comes up under, just like the NFP as well, under 150, this will be very negative for the US dollar, and you can see it tumbling down. I'm going to go over on USD CAD. Canadian dollar has been very weak lately, especially because of oil prices, because the oil prices have been weaker. As you see, there is a lot of volatility, very quick price movements. The ADP has not been released yet, but it looks like it's not that good for the dollar. Euro USD is climbing up, it's already at 111 almost. Just about. Okay, 147, negative. Under 150, these are strong indications of negative employment change. As you see, it's very weird that the dollar is actually gaining a bit of strength, but these are just good entries for the market. The S&P 500 is not open yet, not moving. Okay, so the ADP came out negative as expected, 147. The previous one was 154. That means 2 months in a row we're receiving negative figures from the ADP. The dollar is strengthening right now. These are normal indications that a lot of big money is in this market. It is a dangerous time to trade, but a very profitable one. The market will move in one direction or another very soon. And definitely by tonight, you will see something big happening, especially with the FOMC. Like I said, I believe that there's going to be a bird fight, which means indecision, which means that very weak dollar, very strong gold, copper, silver, oil. Well, oil has been very fun and very generous for us the last couple of days. If you followed us, you would realize that we said that oil would go up to 52 and not higher. Oil, in fact, did reach 52. And there's something very important I want you to note on these two tops. And if you can follow the number of the periods, you will see that it's 90, roughly around 90 periods of double top. 90-day double top. This is really important. These are really strong indications of price going down. So if you follow our videos, you'll realize that we called oil at 44.5 or 44.7. We indicated a buy. We kept buying that and we grew our account significantly because oil provides very good returns. We then, at 52, began selling. We were in profits, we went into minuses, we never closed the positions, the losses were very small, and then price started heading in our way. We began compounding this, and yesterday we grew our smallest account, which started with $750 to over 2.4 thousand. And this is in less than 30 trading days. You can find that account on our website if you have a Pips Matter account, which I definitely advise you to open. It's a free account. If you go on pipsmatter.com, click register, put in your details, open an account, and you'll receive a ton of free information every day in the forums, in your emails, in Skype, from our friends, well, from us, your friends, and so forth. I gave you plenty of information out. I'd like to ask anybody if they have any questions, and I'm going to be going out right now. I have a lot of things to do, and the trades are going well. And like I said, we can make a good 500 easy 500% today if everything turns out as we expect. Do you have any questions in regards to Pips Matter, in regards to the market? Okay, while people are writing their questions, Kato, thank you very much. I really look forward to seeing you tonight, and I'd actually like to talk to you before the FOMC. If you have some time, maybe around. Okay, I'll message you on Skype. Now, one last point before we go. Like I said, the Nest promotion. I'm gonna copy paste it for you. You're all gonna receive an email about it. But if you want it, simply pop onto pipsmatter.com, make an account, and we'll contact you. If you want to take the Nest promotion, which is a 5-day trial to our most premium service, simply open an account. One of our guys here or girls will contact you, and you're going to receive a ton of things. Kato, everyone else, thank you for coming. I wish you all a very good day, and if you're trading, stay safe. Goodbye now.